Okay, I'm back. Hit the wrong button on that. Oh well. All right, so when I left, this is where we're at. So we're gonna glue these letters on. And then all we have is the stand for the Pete Bunny, and that's part of the SVG DIY kit, but then I'm gonna paint a valance for this as well. My soup is on, and I'm here to tell you it's going to be fabulous. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait. And with the way this weather has been, we need soup. We just do. And it's starting to snow again. I don't know. And I'll string this banner together offline. I won't do it online. And then, of course, I'll post a picture of the finished product. And then I'll work on getting this listing available by the weekend. And tomorrow, we're going to be starting on a new design for the fence. And I think it's super adorable. So hopefully, you'll come and join me and watch. If not, you can catch the replay. Stuff is still kind of sticky. But I don't know if you can see that. I don't think you can see the sparkle in there. That's too bad because it kind of gives a different look to this lettering. Also, too, I'm going to be offering a Easter Bunny shelf sitting. I need to get that listing created. And it's going to be almost probably 12 inches tall, so it's going to be a pretty decent size bunny. But it's that one holding the egg. I just think it's super cute. So. Alright, set that aside and I will string that together later. Get my bows for my valance stuck on here. And I decided I'm going to go with the wisteria for the valance color. Now something else I did. Hello, and this is optional because you're going to receive these S-hooks, a set of these, with every file, with every DIY kit. But I thought maybe you might want to, I don't know, fancy up this, S-hook. So I created these flowers that you can glue on the front, okay? And there'll be a circle here that you paint as well. But you can glue these onto the front on this particular set, seeing that it's kind of about spring, Easter. And I just thought I'd do that. So I'm not going to do that. I don't see my, plus, we're not putting anything on the shutters. I might do that. We'll see. But as of right now, no. If I do it, I'll do it off camera and you can see it after the fact. So let's go ahead and paint these bases. And I'll show you what I'm doing here with these here in a second. These are my little cheaters. Oops. So I'm going to just use honey brown. I thought about doing green, but I'm just going to do the honey brown. Then I'll go around it with some milk chocolate just to add a little different interest to it. Like I said, there's nothing that's going to hang from the shutters this time around for this particular design. But this little peep bunny, you can sit off to the side in front of one of the shutters. Then if you got, like I said, some plastic eggs, you know, even that grass that you put in Easter baskets, you could set that out, whatever. I mean, there's lots of possibilities to make this display look complete. We'll just add to it. I mean, honestly, this display's pretty good as is. But and who knows, I may come back on later on today and start on that new one, because there's a lot of pieces to that. I mean, when you purchase an SVG file from me, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get a lot of different elements for the money. You're just not, I'm not selling one little piece for the money. And I like to do that. My SVG files maybe are a little bit more costly than others, but you're getting more elements, and actually they're good size, so and then too, if you're interested in how I painted it, 9 times out of 10 I'm gonna have a tutorial for it on here. I've painted it live. And I always tell you what colors I'm using and what I'm doing, and you can follow along if you end up liking the way I do something. And like I said, I'm going to use milk chocolate to shade around. just makes these stands look a little bit more interesting. It's not something you gotta do. It just adds another color. Doesn't make them look so boring. And I'm just gonna go around this once unless I didn't hit a spot real good. Because sometimes, for me, my brush has a tendency to go off the edge, or I don't get it close enough to the edge. So I don't get the shading exactly where I want it. I watched the Cavs game last night. Wow. What a heartbreaking loss. Oof. Came down to the wire. But I've said it before. If you can't make a free throw, you shouldn't be playing basketball. I mean, that's the easiest shot on the court. No pressure. But maybe that's the problem. There's too much pressure. I don't know. Pretty disappointed. You started off like gangbusters, and I don't know what the heck happened. But it's not good. Not good at all. Alright, let's get this glued. Now I'll show you what I'm going to do with these cheaters. You know, it's really important that you get these lined up. So I just find scrap pieces. I save scrap pieces of wood. Probably could make these smaller, but I'll just start with one. What I like to do is put glue on the top part. Whoa, that's a little bit too close to the edge. Yikes. All right. Then I slide it over this little piece of wood. And I have that piece of wood resting right up next to that hole. And then I stick this other piece in. And I hold that like that while I'm pressing down on it. And it gets everything lined up. I just remove the pieces of wood, let my glue dry, and it's good to go. I mean, as you can see, I mean, it's perfectly lined up. That bunny's good to go. Okay. This is my valance. And it's just another scallop valance. It has a wider engraving on it. And then we're going to add the bows to the bottom. And that can be your personal preference where you put them. You know, I'm kind of just thinking, you know, right at the very bottom of this. It just fancies it up a little bit. So. And I am going to do wisteria. I can't say that. Wisteria. Struggling with that word today. But I mean, we have a lot of pink, excuse me, going on between the peat bunny and the bunny's ears and the bow. And yes, we do have that little purple peat bunny. But this is just a lighter color. It's a little bit lighter. And so I think it's going to kind of break it up. And then also, too, that way, you know, if I design something for spring, you know, spring's pastel colors, I can reuse this for something else. Oh, it's going to be one of those again. Ay, ay, ay. It's going to be a goober. Goober kind of painting. I might, just might change my mind and do eyeliner pink instead of doing the poodle skirt pink. Really make this pretty pastel. I'm only going to go so far over, and then I'm going to take my brush and go next to that line. And then how you attach these, because these are interchangeable as well, is you apply, because this goes, there, you've got about 1.5 inches. So you just attach it with polka dots. So it's the same concept as like how you would change out your interchangeable truck. It's on the same lines as that, as far as the dots go and how you put them on. And like I said, I have 6 different styles of valances. And if you buy the SVG file, you're going to get all 6 valances. I am offering these as a DIY wood kit. But you can choose them on an individual basis, and I have them numbered along. If you look at the picture that's in the listing, you're going to see a number beside a particular valance. And then what you do is you just choose that number from the drop down. Or if you want to purchase the whole set, you can, and you'll save money that way. But you can purchase as many valances as you want if you see 2 different styles you like. And the valances are different prices because some are, you know, a different size, longer, has more, you know, engraving, scoring. So it just varies. I have one that actually, what's the word? Shoot, it's a valance, but then it has sides to it too, and I can't think right offhand what the technical term is for that. As I paint more valances, because I have them all cut, and I will be painting them, I'll update my pictures. Like I said, this is optional. It's just an add-on if that's something you want to do. It just, to me, it adds something to the window. This is going to drive me crazy. Might get a different sponge and get a different thing, I don't know. But this really is a nice color of purple. I might do a little bit of highlighting on it, on the edges. I don't know yet. I won't do any type of shading. But yeah, I'm gonna get a different brush and cut this sponge off. And I think that color I want to do is Baby Blush, which is a very, it's almost a little darker than the pink chiffon, but definitely way lighter. The only thing is, that shading color's a unique color. I can't talk today. I use a cactus flower, which is kind of, it's not a pink, so we'll see. Here's the thing, it's small. If it doesn't look good, I'll redo. Everything's fixable. Everything is fixable. And I will have to take a break here. Shortly, because I need to check my soup, because it's like spaghetti sauce. If you burn it, you've ruined it. What's great is I'll freeze my soup. and have it later because this cold weather ain't going anywhere soon. Gonna be here for a few months. Now, I won't freeze it with the pasta in it. What I do is I like to cook my pasta separate, and then you just put the pasta in your bowl, and then you add the soup to it. That way, like if you're gonna freeze it, you know, pasta gets mushy. And two, when you go to store it in the fridge and say you want it the next day, well, that pasta has sucked up a lot of the juice. And so that's, to me, that's no good. So that's the way I do it. Just kind of makes more sense to me. I mean, even if I'm making a casserole, I always undercook my pasta. Because I know it's gonna cook fairly well in the oven. I hate mushy pasta. That's just yikes. Let's get a brush and go around. It's gonna take a couple coats. Unless I water my paint down. I prefer when I paint to do several thinned out coats and putting a big thick coat on. That's just the way I paint. Kind of was like taught that way though too. I mean, when I first learned, you know, they emphasize, you know, not seeing your brush strokes. Well, if you put it on too thick, you're gonna see your brush strokes. So that kind of just is always stuck in my mind. Oh, that was close. That was really close. So it's just a habit I have. I mean, there's just so many different styles of painting, and everybody does it differently. one person's way might not be the way you like to do it, and there is no you must do it this way. You have to do what works best for you, and when it comes to painting, be happy with the results, because it's your project and you have to, if it makes you happy, then you did it the way it needed to be done for you. When you watch me paint, I say I do things this way and that way. That's just how I do it. I'm not saying that's the way you've got to do things. So hopefully that makes sense. A technique that works for me might not work for you. But I mean, you know, honestly, anything you do, it just takes practice. And I have bad painting days, trust me. So I believe it was Steve Perry's birthday yesterday. So a happy belated birthday. He's one of my favorite singers. Matter of fact, Journey was the very first concert I ever seen. Absolutely love them. And Steve Perry is the best. There'll never be another voice like his, that's for sure. I feel that he actually put them on the map. Because they had been around a long, oh boy. They had been around a long time. Well, long enough before Steve came around. Yeah, they had albums, whatever. I didn't get any attention till he got in the mix. And my sister saw them a couple years ago. We live close to Canton, where the Pro Football Hall of Fame is, and her daughter, for her birthday, got her tickets to Journey for the Hall of Fame concert. And let her know he's doing a wonderful job, don't get me wrong, but when you're used to one voice, that's what you want to hear. I mean, just like I love Van Halen, and I love Sammy Hagar. But I grew up with David Lee Roth being the singer. And so for me, Van Halen is David Lee Roth. And I'll tell you what, Eddie Van Halen was a heck of a guitarist. But I'll tell you who another really good guitarist is he don't get the recognition that Eddie Van Halen did, is Richie Sambora from Bon Jovi. That guy's a talent. He is a talent. And his songwriting skills, huh. Him and John Bon Jovi wrote a lot of songs together. Just like Paul McCartney and John Lennon. But, yeah, Richie Sambora, I don't feel got the credit. Now, I seen Bon Jovi when they were first starting out. It's when Runaway was on the radio. And there was a local club that I like to go to for dancing, listening to live music. And Bon Jovi played. They were playing at 11 o'clock at night, I believe it was. Tickets were $5. And I went. I'm here to tell you. Right up front. You couldn't see them or anybody for $5 anymore. I think it's ridiculous what they want for concert tickets. And I understand the whole music thing because my husband's a retired musician. I understand how much equipment is. People to, haul that stuff around. And when you go and see a concert, it's a big production and it takes lots of people. But I mean, when I saw Journey back in the day, what I paid, $12? $20 maybe? Maybe? And who wants to have nosebleed seats? I mean, I understand you can't give it away, but gosh darn. I need my money more than you. So. I haven't been to a concert in a long time because I will not pay the prices they want. I think it's unfortunately ridiculous. It doesn't need to be that much. My husband likes AC/DC, and I do too. As a matter of fact, I saw him in concert. And, I mean, it's not going to be the same, that's for darn sure. But I looked at prices because, I mean, he really loves AC/DC. No, I'm not paying that. Even my husband says we're not paying that. I'm not paying it. No. It's crazy. So I'll just watch concerts on YouTube. So I'm going to do one bow with this color. See how it looks. There's a lot of score lines on this bow, so you want to kind of be careful. I mean, this is like, this color is like a pale peach. I mean, not a pale peach, but it's got a peach cast to it. I mean, it's pink, but it's got that orange in it too. It's hard to explain, but it's a beautiful color. And I should have sanded these pieces. I thought I did. And I'm going to just looking at that, I don't know if that's going to be what I want. And I know that pink chiffon is just too light. I like to use Baltic birch plywood. It takes a little bit of extra work. Yeah, you should sand your pieces, but I just feel it's just a better result. I tried the whole NDF, and I didn't like the way it floated. You could float paint. I didn't like it at all. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So. So I'll just go back to my poodle skirt pink. I'm kind of fussy when it comes to colors, and I don't just throw colors out there. It's just not who I am. I put a lot of thought in my color choices. Pressing too hard and getting it in my score lines. So just dig them out. Try and dig them out as quickly as you can. If that happens. And I will have to empty out my water before I even think about highlighting. And like I said, I do need to check my soup. Because it needs to cook. I want it to cook at least another 3 hours. Maybe 4. So all these flavors blend well together. That's probably gonna look way better. I mean, I really wanted something lighter, but I'm going to probably do a lot of highlighting on this. So, oh, I gotta do the ties too. Didn't do that. Whoa, the little knots. But what do you think about that color? You like that together? I mean, it looks very spring. So when I do a spring insert, that will be a good combination. I am going to definitely do a whole lot of highlighting so I can lighten up that pink. So, all right. So let me empty my water and check on my soup, and I'll be back. Hopefully you stick around. Okay, let's start doing a little highlighting. I'm gonna use pink chiffon. I'm really gonna lighten these up. Do a lot of dry brushing on the outside edges of the bow, but I'm gonna start off by highlighting. Something I need to do and I didn't do it. I'm gonna water down my bubblegum pink too. Let me do that first. And what I want to do is go in these little like the insides. I'm just watering it down because I don't want it to be full strength, but it darkens it up a little bit. I'm gonna have to, I need a smaller brush. Those areas are kind of small, so I don't know if I'll be able to go back and shade like I normally do. I have a certain way I like to kind of do my bows. I kind of, depending on the bow, the style of bow. But see, just by putting that darker color in that area, it creates a different look. And I think the shading color for this bubblegum pink is Royal Fuchsia, which is, ooh, it's bright. I don't have that color. That I know. Because it's not a color I would use. But I'm going to double check just to be on the safe side. Yeah, that's what it is. And I don't have that. I am going to purchase a bottle of it. I just don't see it as a shading color for this particular color. But I'm going to try it. I think I've actually have used baby pink. I think. So I'm just going to start off going around where these loops would be. That I didn't get enough paint. Because I'm using a wider brush, I'm going to go down one side, wait for it, ooh, that's too much, wait for it to dry, and then go down the other side, because otherwise I'll be wiping off my paint. And I know I want that a little bit lighter. And now I went on the outside edge of the tails. Way too much water. Let that dry, and then I'll go on the outside edges. Let's see what other pinks I have. I wouldn't guess that. I might do some wild berry. Mix that with the bubblegum pink. Because it definitely needs, oof. Ugh. I don't know. I'll stick it aside. We'll see. wonder what the highlighting color is for this. Baby pink. Interesting. Okay. Well. Oh, I have baby pink. So we'll see on that. Maybe I can get away with just highlighting it and not doing any shading. We'll see. All right, let's see what I can get away with. This baby pink, I don't know. You will see. I use a tiny, tiny brush. I mean, honestly, you can't really see that. Yeah, you can't see that. You'd be better off using this pink chiffon. It's such a tiny area that I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, I don't like that. So I will cover that up because I don't like that. That's, it's just too much of that one color. Just have to go over this one. All right. I'm gonna try this wild berry. See if I can get away with anything. I mean, it's bright. I don't know. But you gotta have a little bit of something in there. You really do. Just to make that stand out a little bit. I mean, I think the key is lots of water and blending this particular color. Like I said, the areas are just so tiny. I mean, I can see it making a difference, and it's starting to create more dimension. I mean, it's trying to give a more of a 3D look. But it definitely needs some type of highlight. These little tiny brushes don't hold paint and they don't hold water very well. Alright, let's see if I can get some type of highlight. Doing this detailed work takes so much time, but it's worth the effort, I think. It just makes your project stand out more. So I think that's why it takes me longer to paint than others, because I'm really into the detailed work. I think it's important. A little bit Just doing like the very bottom. And I really do need to get shading under there. So this one compared to the other one, can you see the difference? Just taking that little extra time. I mean, what's your thoughts? And I am going to go back and shade a little bit. I need to do a little bit right underneath that one area, but I want to wait till it's dry. Got that a little bit wider than what I wanted. Whoops, that's the wrong color. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do. So it's not as dark as maybe if I do the baby pink. Under here. And that way it casts a little bit of a shadow. I didn't highlight. Almost 3 o'clock. I'm just going to darken the inside of this bow up. And that one tail. And part of me feels that I need to put around the knot. Ugh. I think if I do anything, I'll lightly dry brush. I think that's what I should do. So we'll see how that goes. And all I'm going to do is just go over this knot area in a circle and kind of just expand it out. Need to go more than that. A little bit more. don't know. It is what it is. I think I'm about ready to call this good. And what I'll do is I'll glue it off camera. So let me get my balance real quick. So like I said, you know, you can put these anywhere. I'm gonna put mine at the very bottom. And then it just, that's that. And then you put your Velcro dots on there and you're good to go. And I think that's okay. So, I might lighten up this balance. I don't know yet. I have no idea. So, if I do, I'll do it off camera. So, with that being said, I'm going to get off here for now. And I'll be on sometime tomorrow. And definitely over the weekend. And hopefully you folks will join me. So, until then, take care. Bye-bye.